age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire. And with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side. Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
from the dark, they came. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome. So today is a fateful day for me. I've been waiting to play Dark Souls Remaster for a very, very long time. I've always wanted to do a Let's Play of Dark Souls, but the old one was a bit meh. Although there was Deus Fix and everything, it was still really not easy to handle in recordings and everything. But lo and behold, they announced Dark Souls Remaster, which is for the PC kind of like the official DS Fix. So yeah, this game has a bit of controversy to it. Some people like what they see, some others aren't happy and satisfied with the $40, giant patch. But for me, it's another excuse to play the game. That's all there is to me. I just want another excuse to do another run, or maybe 12 other runs of Dark Souls. I will leave you be. It's pointless. So, can I backstab? Yeah, no, not yet. Dark Souls is one of the most memorable games for me, because it's where my love for the Souls series began. Back in 2013, I saw this giant... It's not uproar. Kind of like everyone was talking about this game. This Dark Souls game. And it's coming to PC, and I was like, ooh, that's great. And how hard it is, and I didn't really pay it any heed at first, but I kept seeing things related to Dark Souls, and I was interested. My curiosity piqued. I was like, I'm a gamer. I've been playing this game for a long time now. I do like some challenge. And thus, I got me Dark Souls, and so, started it and thought, okay, so let's do this. And as I was today, or moments ago, as I was looking through the menu of the character selection, I was thinking, what kind of a character should I play? And you know what? Although I could have went with a more balanced character, or a more optimal path, like for example being a pyromancer, I decided, you know what? Let's just pick the same character I picked the first time I played Dark Souls. And boy oh boy, back then I hadn't a clue how this game worked. Not a clue. Now make no mistake, I'm still a scrub at it. But right now, since I played it a good deal of times, I do kinda know how the game works. But at the time, I had no idea what it is. I wasn't even an avid RPG player. I was more of an FPS, RTS games player, so the whole RPG genre was something new to me. And like I said, boy oh boy, Dark Souls destroyed me. It literally kicked my ass. Well, not literally, figuratively, but you know what I mean. It was a game that I did not understand, and a foreign concept to me. And I remember feeling like I am playing a game from the old times. It's like I was back in the 90s and back to being a kid again, and watching my cousins play these complicated games that I had no idea what they are, as I was too young to understand, but I was fascinated. And just like back then, I was fascinated with this game. Let me talk to this guy, then we continue. Or should I say, Oscar of Astora.
I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family: thou who art undead art chosen. thine exodus from the Undead Asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
Estus flask. Cool.
And this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to, and thank.
It's funny that he said, I do not want to harm you after my death, because we'll be back here, and he will indeed try to harm us, as he is, or he will be, a hollow later. There you go. You just heard the sound of him dying. We can make it faster by just attacking him and killing him, and avoid of this dialogue if we were speedrunning, but the good news is we are not speedrunning. We're just doing a casual run. This is sort of a nostalgic casual run, if you must say. I'll just be playing the game as someone kinda new, and we'll be talking to all about my experiences during the different locations of Dark Souls. So, yeah. Like I said, I wasn't prepared the first time I played Dark Souls. I did not know what to expect, and I was not aware of the whole mechanics of strength, dexterity, all those things. Well, not entirely. Ow. They're stuck. But I wasn't really certain what to do. But the good news is, since I was an experienced game, the demon down there did not cause me much trouble. I immediately saw the lit passage and understood that I need to not fight it and run. So at the time I was thinking, oh cool, maybe this game is not that much of a problematic thing to me. And again, I say it again, I was not prepared for what's gonna happen. Now before we continue that talk, let's do Fighters, a lovely demon. I'll try not to speak during boss fights, so that we will enjoy them more. I actually do remember dying, I think twice, to this demon the first time I played it, because I did not understand the concept of stamina and stamina management. I did not even pay heed to the stamina bar at the first time. I was just attacking and, you know, not paying attention, and I'd use all my stamina and things were difficult. Now, what the most important thing I want to mention is that I did not play, the first time I did not play Dark Souls with the S-Fix. I played it with a keyboard and mouse without the S-Fix. Now you can imagine the agony that was. So the game was hard, and I made it extra hard by not having the S-Fix and not playing it with a joystick. And boy oh boy, things were so difficult.
Give me warm, give me soft.
Warm and soft. No pickle pea, no pumperum. I don't know, I guess I don't have things to give you. Sorry guys, I'll be back later with many things to give you. But yeah, the crows make appearances in both games later on. So I didn't play the game with DS Fix, and I remember I did see this ledge the first time, and I actually fell from it, because when you use a keyboard and mouse without DS Fix, the game does not move smoothly like it does with a controller or even with a mouse right now. Oh yes, the game just, it feels like it was blocky. There's like blocks. There was no circular motions when you use the mouse. So if you touch the mouse, it goes from block 1 to block 2. So it goes from here to here rapidly. And that was a massacre, to be honest.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
In Lordran, level up and kindle bonfires. Oh yes. So like I said, playing with a mouse and keyboard, as I hear this so nostalgic music, it was amazing. Like, two musics just brings immense nostalgia to me. The character selection menu in Dark Souls 1 and this in this one. And especially as I got my ass kicked in this particular area, this particular place. I think I spent a week right here, literally, like going through wrong passages and dying over and over again, quitting the game and going back and dying over and over again. Let me do one more thing, which is options. There we go. Just a tiny bit. Yeah. And I just get kicked. For some reason, I didn't see this giant stairs. I don't know why. I don't know, for the game that time, maybe because of not for having DS Fix and having tunnel vision or whatever, but yeah. So let's go talk to the Crestfallen, shall we?
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the Undead Asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are actually two bells of awakening. One's up above in the Undead Church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land, the undead? Ah, your face. You're practically hollow. I don't know. Going hollow could solve quite a bit. What? Restoring your humanity? Well, there are a few ways to go about it. Collect it bit by bit from corpses. Or you can butter up a cleric and get yourself summoned. And the quickest way, although I never do it, is to kill a healthy undead and pillage its humanity. Coveting thy neighbor is only human, after all. What are you looking at? Don't try anything clever. You might regret it. What? You want to hear more? Oh, that's all we need. Another inquisitive soul. Well, listen carefully then. One of the bells is up above in the Undead church, but the lift is broken. You'll have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the Undead burg through the waterway. The other bell is back down below the Undead burg, within the plague-infested Blight Town. But I'd die again before I step foot in that cesspool. Bloody hell, what is it now? You ask too many questions. I'm not up for chatting.
There we go. That should have exhausted his dialogue. Now that I think about it, he does give us basically a tutorial, what we need to do, where we need to go, but trust me, the first time I didn't hear a word of what he said. It was gibberish, he was speaking a foreign language or something, and I did not follow. So, I clicked, I listened, in vain. The guy tells me to go up the stairs, into the ruins, to Undead burg and continue my journey, and what do? Well, I go this way. Directly this way. I guess I saw that chest over there, and I was curious, but my curiosity led to my demise. Now, before we go talk to the cleric and explore more, let me take the firebomb and go back through here. Of course, don't worry, I'm not going to be, listening to every NPC through and through. Some of them I do remember all their dialogues, some of them I don't. So those I don't, I do like to hear what they say so I can remember.
I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Firelink. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
I'm already keeping a distance, buddy. But is this not enough?
I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
Oh, a copper coin.
You again? Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
Why the hell not?
Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
Join covenant. Now, here's the deal. And this always followed me through the Dark Souls games. In Dark Souls 1, if you are already in a covenant, joining another covenant means that you either abandon or break the other covenant, which will make you a sinner. And being a sinner is not good. Obviously, I'm playing offline, so I will not be invaded, but if you are a sinner, it means trouble for you. Compared to the new system in Dark Souls 3, which is, in my own opinion, a bit better. But yeah, things were hard. Joining another covenant, especially a certain covenant that we will need to join later in the game in order to unlock things in the forest, well, I do need to go and abandon this covenant. But let's join it. This is the Way of White, Covenant, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me share my miracle.
Which...
Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
As I was saying, which... I forgot what I was saying. Son of a bee. What was I talking about? I was yawning and somehow the thought escaped my mind. Whatever. So this is where we get our first cleric stuff. We got the guidance and the talisman. So this is good because there is an optimal run where you play as a warrior / paladin. Gives you healing, gives you a ton of heals, and there's Claymore, there's a certain Zweihander, which was one of the most OP weapons in the game, that you can take and make the game a bit easier. We all know how strong the Zweihander, or Zweihander is in this game. So yeah, of course my first time I did not use it. Anti-Covenant. Am I not? I am already, aren't I? Oh, whatever. Talk.
Her young nuts. She is young, but burdened by an undead mission. We are her defenses, to keep her from harm.
Yep, and we will see her a bit later as we advance into the game.
Regrettably, I cannot share that, but you are my pupil. Perhaps if you...
Show my faith. No, screw you.
Come again.
Filthy liar. You can already see that he is not to be trusted. So, my first time playing the game, keyboard and mouse, knowledge 0. Listen to this guy, did not retain anything. What to do? Oh. I am so clever. I go this side. Now understand that I have no idea how to play the game and how things work. So... It's funny, this statue should move in one of the early Dark Souls builds. But... I go this way. I'm wandering, I'm looking left and right, and I see an item. Oh, goody. That should be good. Well, I go down there, and I get my ass handed to me over and over and over again. Then I get super angry, and I quit the game, and go back to it a bit later, and I get my ass handed to me over and over again, thinking that, wow. Now, all the time I was in my head, I was thinking the game is hard, so this is bound to happen. But the thing is, it's just that I was not supposed to be here this early. Being new to the game and everything, I should not be here, as you can see. That was 2 hits. Not only does it take them 2 hits to kill me, but it will also proc bleeding. So if you do not die by the skeletons hitting you, you bleed to death. I don't know if it's the same, I can't remember, if it's the same mechanic as Dark Souls 3 where there's like an explosion of blood, or it was tweaked. Oh, my souls are down there, damn. Now, all I need to do right now is take this and take this, take the binoculars, oh yeah, I don't have those. I do not have those. I thought I did have bones. Oh good, they did not know about me. So, yeah, we'll just go back. Let me take this item as we are here. And run away. Now, of course, the first time I did not know about this, so I kept just going this way and being dismantled by these skeletons. I'm certain I can kill those right now, but it's a bit too late to do so because they are already bunched up and ready to fight, and they will dismantle me, even now, even with all the knowledge I gained. And that frustrated me at the time. I kept dying. I kept telling to myself, this is the game, this is how it should be. Like, I've read in the articles that the game is hard, but this is impossible. This is unbelievable. What on earth am I supposed to do? Is this the path that I should take in order to go away? And what made it worse is that I was trying to run around and escape these skeletons, and I found that there is a passage underground which leads to the crypts. So every time I try to go to it, I die, and I thought, okay, so that's the way to go, isn't it? But I died, and I died, and I died, and I eventually got frustrated. I left the game for a while, then got back to it, and guess what? I was like, okay, so I will not do that passage that way. I did notice as I talked to this guy, these stairs. And I took my way down to New Londo. Unfortunately, my time right now has ran for Dark Souls, or for this episode, really. So I will be seeing you guys tomorrow on the next episode, where we will be actually going to New Londo. Not as stupid as I did the first time and went there, but to grab an item, and also to talk about my experience first time in New Londo. This has been Yagami, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are having a great time, and I will see you guys when I see you. So bye bye.